Hey, Kim. I see that you're working on some, looks like systems of equations, systems of linear equations. So let me just tell you kind of how I tell my kids usually to do this. I always tell my kids to start, believe it or not, at the last sentence in the whole problem. The last sentence says, how many tickets of each type were sold? We know we have two types of tickets. And the question that we want to answer is how many of each were sold? So that's where I'm going to start. And that's why I started over here by setting up what I wanted my variables to mean. And I like to name them things that go with what they mean, so that, you know, you could use an X and a Y, but then at the end of the problem, you may not know, well, so was my X my advanced tickets, or was X my same day tickets? Can't remember. So if you set them up using variables that make sense, A for advanced, S for same day. So that's what I set up first. Then when you go down to start setting up your two equations, you want to look for one of your equations will talk about how many tickets you have. Has nothing to do with money, just how many tickets did you sell. And I know that I sold A tickets because that's what I set up here. So A tickets plus the number of S tickets, which I set up here. So A plus S is going to be 45, because it told me in the problem that I sold 45 tickets. So if I have 45 tickets, then A plus S is 45. Now I need to go back and give money to all those things. How many did each of these advanced tickets cost? $30. So 30 times every A plus $25 for every of the same day tickets was a total of the money they brought in, which is $1,200. So the first sentence was the first equation was all about just how many tickets, had nothing to do with money. The second one has everything to do with money. Everything has money. The number of the advanced tickets had money, the same day tickets had money, and the tickets total price. So then you can solve it by elimination. You can solve it by substitution. I like to use substitution whenever I have a variable like this A or this S that's by itself. I just chose to isolate the A by itself, which means I had to, of course, subtract S from both sides. So that gave me then that my A is negative S plus 45. I like to encourage my kids, once they get an isolated variable like that, to literally put a box around, we call it the blob, put a box around whatever you're going to substitute in for A. So that blob, I'm going to take that box and I'm going to literally put that box in wherever there's an A in the other equation. Now, I can't put it in the same equation I got it from. The first equation is where I came up with this business down here. So I have to put my box into the other equation. So when you plug that in, then you're going to end up with 30 times the whole A, which is negative S plus 45. Then you still have the plus 25S going on here. So plus 25S equals your 1,200. Then, of course, you will distribute that distribute the 30 to everything in there. You know about the old distribution. So I'm going to distribute the 30 there, and I'm going to distribute it there. So now that's going to leave me with a negative 30S plus 45 times 30, which is 1,350, plus 25S equals the 1,200. Of course, I'll need to combine like terms at this point. So I need to combine the S's. Looks like I have, let's see, I have a negative 30S and I have a 25S. So when you put those two together, you'll end up with a negative 5S. You'll end up with negative 5S plus the 1,350 equals 1,200. Of course, at that point, you'll subtract 1,350 from both sides. And now you'll have negative 5S equals, take 1,350 away over there, and I get negative 150. Divide both sides by negative 5, and S will be 30. So it looks like I sold 30 of the same day tickets. And then I'll take that 30, and where I'll take it now is I'm going to put it back in where I set my blob up, right there. So to find how many advance tickets, I just simply need to take that 30, plug it in right there for S. So that means then my next statement is going to be my A, which is my advance tickets, and they're going to be negative 30 plus 45, which of course gives you 15. So I have 15 of the advanced tickets. So there you go. Hope that helped, Kim. These are fun. Linear equations systems are a lot of fun. All right. See ya. Have fun in math class this week.